symbol of wealth and pride in ancient Indian culture, birds' feathers are utilised for symbolic and spiritual purposes. But how are these incredible colours created, and why do birds have them? Around a third of bird species have complex feather patterns. These colours create patterns of mottles, scales, bars and spots that allow birds to distinguish between different species as well as between sexes. It is thought that these colours evolved as elaborate secondary sex traits to communicate male quality to fussy female judges. Female siskins are more attracted to males with a brighter coloured plumage and bigger yellow wing stripes. These colours are caused by a pigment called melanin. Melanin is synthesized by the bird's body under direct cellular control. Male siskins with longer yellow stripes appear to be more successful at attracting the females. But yellow isn't a colour that can be made within the siskin's body. Instead, it is acquired when birds eat certain food items that contain carotenoids and which travel via the bloodstream to the feather follicles. It's thought that more yellow shows that the individual is more likely to be successful in gathering food for their chicks. The frisky males with more yellow carotenoids may even be better at solving puzzles. Like siskins, flamingos also use carotenoids to produce colour. They get their bright pink colour from a specific pigment called canthaxanthin. They obtain this from their main food source, shrimp, which also gains the pigment by consuming red algae. The pigment secretes into the feathers and are used as a form of makeup. Taking a closer look at the level of pink in their feathers provides a whole range of information, including the age of the flamingo, whose mate is whose, and even how healthy they are. The plumage coloration is linked to the success of mating in greater flamingos, and there is evidence that the redder the individual, the more preferred they are as a mate. Individuals with brighter plumage begin nesting earlier in the season. The carotenoid pigment is only temporary, and colour intensity changes throughout the year. During the mating season, the birds secrete more carotenoid pigment into their tail feathers and rub their cheeks on uropygial glands to transfer some of this pigment to their necks. So, colours can come from the pigments melanin and carotenoids. But how are peacocks so blue? Birds cannot create blue pigment, so where does their bright blue plumage come from? Iridescence in bird feathers occurs due to their shape. The microscopic feather barbules change the wavelength of maximum light reflection depending on the angle they are observed from. This results in a gradient of blues, purples and greens. As one can imagine, this is very costly for the birds to make, and is therefore assumed to be a sexually selected component. This means that they are highly valuable when trying to attract a female mate. Many bird species put maximum effort into courtship attributes to win a mate, as is the case with the well-known peacock, or rather correctly named Indian peafowl. These colours are vital for mating success. The male peacock performs a ritual to attract the female peahen, strutting around the female, presenting his train and distinct eye-spot feathers in hope she is attracted to him. The peacock train consists of more than 150 feathers and are covered in blue, green, gold and bronze eye spots. New research has shown that iridescence may play a part in wooing the peahen. It was found that peahens are attracted to not only the size and number of eye spots, but the hue shift in the feathers, caused by the elaborate strutting. It's thought that it could represent health and could show the peahens which males are prime specimens for the business. Being attracted to these slight alterations in the feathers could also stop similar species, such as Pavocristatus and Pavomuticus, from interbreeding to produce a weird and weak hybrid. The multitude of colours used by birds and other animals contributes to not only to the visual wonders of nature, but also our own multicultural, multicolour world.